Hello, everyone. Welcome to Playing in Dirt. My name is Fleur. I am a small space container gardener in Zone 8. So, in today's video, we are long overdue to plant these. By the way, these are onions. I will show you guys the variety. I think they're called the grano variety. I will show you guys the seed packet in a minute. But I started these onions indoors on October 6th. It's been almost 2 months, almost 2 months since I've had these onions, and it's time for them to be planted. So that is what we're going to be doing in this video. It is my first time growing onions. Hopefully they survived. I should be able to get a harvest next year. I'm not exactly sure how long it takes for them to be ready. I think I should be able to harvest by summertime next year. But yeah, I'm excited. I am so excited. We are going to be planting some onions. Onions love this time of the year. They thrive in cool temperatures. And before we got here, I did harden them off. So I hardened them off for 5 days. And for those of you who are new to gardening, hardening off is basically gradually exposing the plants that you start indoors, gradually exposing them to the outside elements. So you can do that over 5 to 7 day span. So you start maybe one day you start with 1 hour. The next day, you gradually increase the time that they spend outdoors. That way, they get acclimated to the elements, the breeze, the wind, the sun, all of that, so that they become strong enough to be transplanted outside. That is what we did with these. I did harden them off for 5 days. So now I am ready to plant them today. We are supposed to be getting some rain. And then after I plant them, I am going to give them a little bit of watering just to help them settle in. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and get right into the video. All right, y'all. So I want to go ahead and move quick because it is a little chilly outside. So I want to just get this out the way. But this is the variety that I'm growing. It's the Texas Early Grano. Supposedly they do well in my zone. So that is the reason why I chose this variety. I'm going to be putting them in this grow bag. Now this is a 15-gallon grow bag, and I have about 16 onion seedlings in this container. So in the seed packet it calls for about 6 to 8 inches spacing. Let me go get my ruler. So I measured it to be about this wide spacing, right? Yeah, obviously it's not going to fit all 16 of the seedlings. I'm going to plant what I can today, and then I'm just going to have to figure out what to do with the rest. I'll probably be putting them in the containers back there. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet, but I do want to get those planted right now. In this grow bag, I have organic potting mix as well as perlite and a little bit of compost. When it comes to onions, you want to make sure that the soil is loose and well drained. And I am going to be giving them a little bit of bone meal. I'm running out. I'm running very low actually, but I do have a little bit left. So I'm going to be giving them that as well. And then after we get everything planted, I'm going to be mulching them. Well, we'll water them in first, and then I'm going to be mulching them. All right, so let's go ahead and sprinkle the ingredients. Regarding the worm casting, I'm just going to just add it to the top of the soil. And this is to add some nutrients. A good generous amount never hurts. I don't like sticking my gloved hand, I don't like sticking it inside of my fertilizer if it's dirty. So that's why I take it out of the gloves. All right, so let's go ahead and kind of work that in. Okay, there's a worm that's on the ground. There's a worm that was on the ground underneath one of the containers. So we're just gonna just bury him in here. All right. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to plant my onions. I don't have any bone meal left. You know what? We're gonna skip the bone meal because I only have literally like a tablespoon left. So we'll skip it. I already have the compost in here. I think that's enough for now. All right, y'all. The way that you tell that an onion is ready to be transferred to the garden, first of all, by how long you've been keeping them indoors. A good 2 months is enough time for them to be established and be ready to be transferred to the garden, but also how tall they are. Okay. If they're at least 5 to 8 inches tall, then they're ready to be transferred. And also their thickness. If they're at least as thick as a pencil, then that's another indication that they are ready to be transferred to the garden. These are some of the things that you want to look for to know that they're ready to be transferred. Now, in some of the cells, I do have, like, I guess I have multiple seedlings. I'm going to have to kind of separate them. And I love these seedling trays because I can just pop them up. There you go. Let's put that over here. This is how it looks. And then you see, oops, you see how this one, there's like an extra one that's growing. I want to separate it, but then I'm afraid to. I'm afraid to separate it. But this one right here, I think, let me see. Let's see how we're going to do this, y'all. This one will be the test dummy. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm trying to separate this because I think this is a whole new onion as well. There you go. So you see, I just gently removed it. So I don't need this. This is the one that I need. If I had kept this, then it would have tried to grow into an onion as well. And this is too close. They need to be 6 to 8 inches apart. So that's why if you have multiple seedlings in a cluster, you want to separate them so that you can get a full mature bulb. Now that we separated them, when you plant your onion, you want to plant it covering this part a little bit, all the way up to here. You don't want to cover it deep. This white part is what's going to form into the onion bulb. So you want to plant it just deep enough so that that part is covered, and that's it. And then we said that it was about this length spacing. Oops. All right, so we have one down. I think I'm going to plant some of them in the other containers. I think I already said that. Okay, so maybe we can form another hole over here. All right, the next one we're going to take out is this one. This soil is just breaking apart. Gotta be very gentle. Okay, this one also has another onion that's formed next to it. So we're just gonna detach it. so we don't have two onions that's trying to form in one cluster. And when you break them apart, you want to be careful. See, this one is by itself. Yeah, you want to be careful when you're separating them. This is so exciting, y'all. I think I'm gonna use this in my cooking as garnish. I don't know what I did with the other one. Oh, the other one is right here. All right. Put one over here. This middle one looks like a perfect one. Look at this. It's perfect. Look at the roots. We're gonna go ahead and plant it in. It's perfect. We can remove this one. Just gonna pop it up. I really love this seedling tray, y'all. You can just pop it up. Whoops. Whoops. And I do need to separate it. Again, you want to be very careful when you're separating it because the roots are all together. There you go. Pop it up, pop it out. So I'm only able to plant 5 onions in this bag, y'all. I have to see where to plant the others. My goodness. Just 5. I think I'm going to have to prepare new soil and plant them in a different container. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it because I am running out of room to grow more things. I'd rather not prepare another container, but we'll see. I want to get this one. Oops. Okay, this is about as much onion I'm able to plant in this container. I still have these that I have to find containers for. I'm just going around the garden to see where I can tuck them in. And I was thinking, I don't know, maybe one of these containers, but these are the containers for my tomatoes. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm torn. I'm conflicted. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. All right. So, what we're going to do now is just give them a little bit of water just to help them settle. And then we're going to be mulching them. It is going to rain tomorrow, so I'm not going to be soaking it. Just enough so they don't get transplant shock. All right. All right. So now we're going to be applying some mulch. And this is mulch that I got from my backyard, y'all. It's pine needles. And the mulch is what's going to help to keep the soil moist. It's going to help reduce weeds. It's going to protect it during cold nights. So the temperature has been dropping. We've had some nights where we're in the 20s. So this is going to help to keep the soil insulated and the roots warm. And it's going to help to keep the bulbs that are going to be forming. This mulch will help them stay at a steady temperature because that's what you want. Now, as far as sunlight goes, onions do love full sun. 6 or more hours is preferred. So you want to make sure you have them in an area that gets a lot of sunlight. Okay, I think we're good. That is it for today's video. I'm going to have to find a place to put the others. Um, I don't know why I thought a 15-gallon grow bag was going to be enough for all of the seedlings. So, yeah, I honestly need to think where to put the others because I'm running out of room. We're going to figure it out. I do have a monthly planting guide that's on my website. It tells you exactly what to plant every single month based on your zone. It tells you what you can direct sow outside and what you can start indoors. That way, you're focused on just growing more food. I have the link in the description below, so make sure you guys check it out. If you want to follow my journey, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to check out my previous video, and I will see you all in the next one.